is time for a very special episode of NBA 2K TV.
It's our 6th annual 2K TV award show.
A lot going on here in the Queen City. There's Tryon Street in Uptown Charlotte, home of the Hornets. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the small forward. And for the Hornets, we've got Bismack Biyombo. Bridges out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the shooting guard position. Here's Graham. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And the official start of the season, Chris. Is there any opening day for you that sticks out in the many years you played the NBA?
One opening game, and I don't remember who we played, but I know it was with Allen Iverson. And AI and I had meetings before the season, and we were talking about just how much we wanted to win. We knew we were coming up on the end of our careers, and I remember never entering a preseason with so much hope because I knew that he was in, I knew that I was in, and we knew that we both wanted it so bad. So I think we both scored 30 or did something crazy like that. I don't remember, but coming out with him that preseason was so special because I knew we were going to set the tone for how our team was going to play, and we were engaged that year.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, GA, I mean, great look, high percentage shot. That's the efficiency we're looking to establish. The setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Bridges passes to Rozier. Pass to Washington. 5 on the clock. Here's Graham. No good on the triple. And here are the Thunder now. That's a 2 from Paul, and it's off the back rim. No good. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Bridges dishes to Biyombo. Now, here's Rozier. T right on him. High, arcing shot. Thunder with the rebound. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Rozier. Last game out, he had 40 points. They get a hand on it. Ball looking over the floor. Charlotte on D. Here's Dort. 8 points his last outing. Here's Gallinari. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for Charlotte. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
And it's Graham missing. On offense, here are the Thunder. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home team just couldn't pull out the win.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
Think about how many minutes that cost their starters. No question that had an impact on such a close game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Batum for Terry Rozier. And so it's Oklahoma City with it, following the bucket by the Hornets. Shooter passes to Muscala. Here's Ferguson. 6 to shoot. 14 feet away. Zeller grabs the board. The Hornets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Now here's Batum. He's guarded by Diallo. Passes it to Graham. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, Jay, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson, where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense.
And they pick up 2. Williams got 8 points.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Schroeder dishes to Noel. And the call on the shot. It sends him to the line. It goes on Cody Zeller. The Thunder shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Yeah, last season, around 71% of the free throws made. And you know what? That has to be a point of emphasis this year.
That's good from Noel. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Graham with the ball. He's guarded by Schroeder. Kept alive. A nice shot by Zeller.
And the work ethic of Zeller. Now, that's what makes him dangerous when scoping out opportunities on the offensive glass.
Schroeder outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now Graham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami.
But we got to talk about his D2. 4 steals in the game. I mean, a complete all-around effort for him.
And the rejection by Noel. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. Outside, Batum. Lock at 6. Puts it up. And it's Graham missing. Schroeder looking around. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he didn't do him any favors in their last game. His performance at the line was porous.
That one misses.
That's not like him at all. I mean, he's been so steady up until those.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Back, right. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the
toughest position in the NBA night in.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Diallo. Then it's Noel. Then it's Mike Muscala, and it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot. Here's Washington. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Bacon. Pass to Washington. Here's Graham. That 3 off the mark. Schroeder outside, and slam dunk by Noel.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Graham with the ball. Guarded by Schroeder, and it's Graham missing.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And there's the pass to Muscala. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Muscala's got it all tied up now for the Thunder. And the Hornets call time here. Chris, you were a tremendous passer. One of my favorites. Are there more playmaking bigs in the NBA now than back in the day?
That's a good question. I don't know if there are more, but I tell you what, there are some exciting ones. And if you guys don't believe me, just turn on the TV and go watch the Nuggets play. There's a man called the Joker, Jokic. Oh, my goodness, can he pass that ball? He and Horford right now, oh, man, two of my favorite passes in the game.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. And so here is Oklahoma City. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. City hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. Pass to Dort. Gallinari on the wing. He's covered by Zeller. Gallinari surveying the D. It's over Biombo. The offensive rebound. Dort. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Miles Bridges.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And he makes both free throws. Hornets trail by 4. Rozier kicks to Bridges. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Making the pass to Rozier. Clock at 4. They need this. Tries again. In deep, Zeller drops it in. Zeller's got his second basket of the game.
Okay, before the game, his college coach told us that he's the most focused kid he's ever recruited. Zeller's showing great focus there, converting through that contact.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
Yeah, his energy level in that game was amazing. He did all that work offensively and controlled the boards too.
And it's Rozier missing. Thunder have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far this game has come.
Here's Dort, and it's Paul penetrating over Rozier. And Paul gets it to go in. Paul's got his first points of the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Knocks it loose to the paint. That shot off. Adams, some nice D. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they'll be one of the more disciplined teams you'll find in this league. I mean, they keep mistakes to a minimum on both sides of the ball. That's a big part of why the Hornets are tough to play.
Now, here's Bridges. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Rozier looking around. Takes the 13-footer, and with that, the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Cody Zeller. and it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And Chris, for the Hornets, as we know, their coach Borrego preaches preparation.
Well, yeah, and it shows it up in the stats, Kevin. I mean, they're the best in taking care of the ball, and the team does not take silly fouls on defense.
Here's Dort. He has 6. Their turnaround jumper. They get the rebound. Here's Adams, and the first shot of the night for him, no good. So Rozier will bring it up for Charlotte. 4-point game. There's Bacon. The putback. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Back to Adams. Paul against Rozier. Shoots from the baseline. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Adams.
I've heard CP3 called the monster of the mid-range. That shot is his bread and butter.
To the middle. Here's Zeller. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. This one for 3. No good on the shot. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. They were a little more aggressive in the second quarter, and it paid off. They went from trailing to now holding a 2-point halftime lead. And that'll do it for our halftime.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. The Thunder with the lead. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Bridges. And it's Graham in at the shooting guard. Charlotte shooting 43% for the game. Rozier up top, defended by Paul. Here's Zeller, and Adams sends it back. And he recovers it. Bridges. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, and the confidence Bridges plays with, really admirable. This guy knows he has the talent to compete in the NBA.
Biombo is checked in for Charlotte. Chris, is there someone you competed with that you feel is underrated by history, has not been given their due?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think when you look at White Chalk and Jason Williams, what he started and the culture of play, what he continued. You look at Ben Wallace, who I played with 4 years at Washington, and he was coming off the bench there, and we saw that potential with him. I mean, the way he led the league and rebounding, his defensive prowess. I mean, the Pistons wouldn't have had a championship and gotten to another final if it wasn't for him. And also, I got to shout my man out, Mike Bibby and Peja Stojakovic, 2 of the best shooters I played.
Great names, and I totally agree. The Thunder have hit 4 of 8 from the free throw line so far. Folks, that's 50%. Not great work there. No good on that one. he's good on the second. Hornets trail by 3. And here is Rozier. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Knocked away. Gallinari outside. Good on the three-point shot. Gallinari's got the lead up to 6 now for the Thunder.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Now Graham. He's got 8. Pass to Bridges. Now here's Rozier. Back to Bridges. Washington passes to Graham. They get it again.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Back to Gallinari. Over Graham. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams.
Taking a look here at numbers for Gallinari. Great showing for him last season. 4th in free throw percentage. And he also shot his way into the top 5 in percentage from long range. Just a knockdown shooter.
And yeah, he was money from the charity stripe. Only a handful of players shot a better percentage last season. Tremendous asset. Here's Rozier. Count that bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Bridges. Paul finds Diallo. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Combo dishes to Graham. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Graham's got 10 points in the game.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
The Thunder leading by 4. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And it's Paul missing. The Hornets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Rozier the pass to Graham. Some solid D from Paul.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Graham, the pass to Biyombo. Batum scanning the floor. Goes back up. Washington drops in the layup for 2. Washington's got his first basket of the night.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Thunder. They lead by 4. Shot from 12. Noel, the second chance points on the tip in. Noel's got his second basket.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys.
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Charlotte calls timeout. Now, there's the talk about lowering the minimum draft age from 19 back to 18. And how much of a difference does that 1 year make in a player's maturity?
It makes so much difference. I mean, you're young, you're coming into a league, you're playing against grown men. Just physically, your body hasn't been able to catch up. How do you handle the travel, being away from your family? Many times this guy's first time being away from their families that long. So it is a maturity process, but at the same time, there's only such a few. And if you're one of the few that have the skill set and you're ready to come to this level, we should welcome you with open arms.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And Muscala kicks it over to Schroeder. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a six-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Batum with the ball. Diallo's there. And it's good for two. Batum's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, and Batum just has astounding body control, which is what allows him to hit shots despite obvious physical contact.
Pass to Muscala. Back to Schroeder. Floats one. Batum grabs the miss.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Hornets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Schroeder, right side. Count it. Schroeder's got 5 points now this quarter. Graham surveying the floor. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Oklahoma City holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Right back after this break. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Exert yourself by being...
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Hornets trail by 8. So for Oklahoma City right now, Schroeder and Gilgeous-Alexander, they're up in the backcourt. Gallinari is out there with Nerlens Noel. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot. To the inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Graham. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
And the Hornets have had a strong bench for a while now.
Yeah, depth isn't a problem for this team, Kevin. Having a formidable starting 5, though, has been. You need to consider trading some depth for an upgrade at the starting position.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Adams checked in. Both shots good from the stripe.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
And the pass to Ferguson. Back to Schroeder. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Thunder lead by 10.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Batum kicks to Bridges. Now here's Batum. He's covered closely. Pass to Graham. On the wing. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Ferguson. Launches a 3. Unable to get that one. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. Batum passes to Graham. There's the dish to Zeller. There's Here's the three. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Graham.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Gallinari against Bridges. So here's Gallinari. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Bridges misses.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Down low, Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists tonight. And so Graham will bring it up for the Hornets. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points, and the Hornets call time here.
And he's been trying to do it all himself, and it's not working. Instead of forcing shots, you got to focus on moving the ball and keeping everybody involved.
And now he presents our Jordan Player of the Game.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. James Borrego had some words for his team over the break. He is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end, stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, if you don't have an open shot, pass it around and see if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Poked away. Gallinari against Rozier. Over Gallinari, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Oklahoma City leading by 11. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Paul outside. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Dort. Defended by Bridges.
And I think Bridges has some real upside defensively. He's strong, athletic, and able to guard multiple positions. And that's what every team is looking for.
1:25 left to play here in the fourth. The pass to Dort. Now Gallinari. Inside, here's Paul. Takes it off the glass. Paul's got the lead up to 13 now for the Thunder.
So crafty inside of me. Paul's been successful for many years at challenging the heart of your defense.
Rozier against Paul. Now, here's Rozier. Defense is right there. Back to Bridges. Trying to get something going. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, that's a good defender making a great play, and he does it without fouling.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Graham defending. Down low, here's Dort. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And the Thunder lead by 15. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Paul against Rozier. Pass to Washington. Paul with the steal. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us.